Welcome back to the rest of the story. How's everybody doing? We've been we've been pretty busy here lately. As I've said in the past, I don't know, it's been a couple months probably, but I said that when it comes time to put oats or start planting corn and beans, it usually does turn down to more of a last minute panic kind of thing where it's the decision to start planting is usually made the night before, usually without any idea that we were going to start. That is exactly what happened when it came time to put oats in the ground. So, what you're seeing, we stored our oats in the basement and out of the weather, in where no moisture could get to it. Excuse me. And basically where it was in out of the way. Now that we have our oats pulled out, well, at least let's go ahead and say that we're putting down on this pallet of oats. Let me say this properly here. This is about half of what we used to put down when we used to seed when we were milking cows. We used to seed 40 to 45 acres a year. We put in 25 approximately this season. We are not technically done. Technically, we're not done yet. We're done seeding all of our hay strips. All that is left is, oh, all that is left are just waterways, and really that shouldn't be too bad. It's going to be more of a tedious job than anything because we have three different farms in particular that we have to get waterways seeded down on, and hopefully things will dry out here and warm up a little bit. I mean, as I'm talking right now, it's in the teens out right now, but hopefully we can get a little bit better weather going forward here. I guess this next week, well, this whole week here, is supposed to be fairly cold and supposed to freeze fairly hard at night. So the ground isn't going to be doing anything as far as warming back up. But I can deal with the cold at this point because if it's not snow, the cold isn't that bad. Especially for this time of year, we're looking at April, and it's honestly, you know that the cold weather isn't going to be around for too much longer. I mean, we can't have snow in April. It's happened before. But once you get past March, January, February, March, I mean, January and February to me are like the worst months of the year. They're just really dull. But even March, really, once you get snow in March, it seems like for people in our area, snow really doesn't hang around that long. So this is the first time we've taken this out and really ran it. This is the first time we've put seed in this grain drill. We put probably 2 days worth of work into it. It got shined up really well. I'll give you a close-up look here once we get done putting oats and alfalfa seed in it. People were asking me how we fill this up, and this is entirely how you do it. It's by hand, no seed tender or anything. Of course, in this situation, you could say the seed tender is either my truck or either Dad or I. Now, you're going to see here towards the end of the video, I guess we can wait. I do stand over on the back of this platform on the drill and make sure everything's working. We did go through, we got done this day. We ended up using up all but one bag of oats, and we used up all the alfalfa seed we had available. But luckily for us, we can just use grass seed for what we have left. I mean, we really don't need to seed down waterways with alfalfa. So at least that's the plan anyway. But the ground had to dry out because at the end of tonight, or in this video, you can see the clouds they're actually clearing up. They were saying rain the whole night, the whole day, that we were going to get rain that night. And ultimately we did, but luckily it wasn't a gully washer, and it really didn't wash any waterways down. That's happened to us before in the past, and that's really depressing. You hurry through to get all of your oats in the ground or get waterways seeded down, and then you get them all washed out after you have them all seeded and leveled off really nice. It doesn't happen very often, and in the past where we knew that we were going to get a bunch of bad weather, we usually did hold off on putting oats in because of that exact reason. It doesn't take much to wash them out. Right now, Dad's just looking at the seed tags as far as the pounds per bag and everything, just making sure. Because this has been the last time we put oats in the ground was 2013 ourselves. I mean, we hired it done. What was it? Last year, and did we? I don't think we hired him the year before, but um, as far as us, I mean, it's been a few years now since we've put any oats in the ground. And looking into next year, I don't know. None of us are really sure if we're putting down any more next year. This alfalfa ground we're seeding in right now should last us ideally for at least 4, preferably 5 more years, unless the alfalfa gets killed out. I don't know if anybody's noticed the aux beam addition to the 4020 here lately. I know I got some new viewers. That 4020 with the aux beam is a force to be reckoned with. You're allowed to work a lot later at night with it now. And this is what the grain dough looks like full. That's all the oat seed. This is the alfalfa seed. That comes in a variety of colors, depends on what they treat it with. It's actually more brown right there than anything, but it does have seed treatment on it. I've seen it yellow, purple, red, like a dark green. And it's all just what they treat it with. And here is the 82. The window has been put in. I'm sure everybody knows that now. This is the first workout we got for all the equipment that day, and it was on the 630. Ryan went through and he hit everything twice. It worked up really well. The soybean stubble obviously worked down really well. The corn stubble, that probably could have gotten hit one more time, to be completely honest, but hey, what can you do? This is probably shows a perfect example of, well, 80% of my childhood right here. Even as we were kids, this was a pretty common thing. Keeping an eye on the grain drill when we first start out, making sure everything works. This is not something safe to do. I don't recommend many farm kids to do this, but if memory serves me right, no one ever told me growing up that farming was a safe career choice to get into. I'm not going to get into any debates about how dangerous this is. But as you can see, I'm looking right down that space between the oat seed and the alfalfa seed. You can see all the oats or all the alfalfa seed dropping down into the tubes. The reason we do that is because one was jammed. We went through and cleaned them all out, but I obviously missed one because I'm the one that cleaned them out. I just took a piece of wire, and it was just a little clump of alfalfa seed that got in there, and it worked great the rest of the day. Dad had no issues with it. The oats tubes didn't give us any problems at all. Even as far as the rate, I don't even think we adjusted the rate after we got going. There is a graph underneath the back plate there where I'm sitting on for the oat seed. It's a graph that tells you the rates and the pounds per acre and everything, but I guess I missed Dad doing that. And this is me. I'm looking for there's an acre counter on the grain drill, and that's what Dad was asking me, how many acres we covered, because when you go through and you check to see how many acres you covered, and then you go and you cover a certain amount of acres, then you go through and refill the seed drill, and you should have an approximate idea how many bags of seed you're putting down per acre. And we came in just under what we wanted to be, and it was a good thing we did plant them a little light. We didn't seed these oats down as heavy as we used to. I mean, the alfalfa was just as heavy, if not a little heavier. But the oats, we are not planning on combining these. We are not combining these. So the only reason we're putting the oats in is more of a cover crop to get the alfalfa seed going. Because we'll be cutting these oats off probably, June, mid-June, somewhere in there. Probably right before the farm day. The farm day is going to be kind of hectic this year because June is a very busy month for us. So it might be all of us kind of running around in circles trying to get ready for the farm day and trying to get everything caught up on the farm. But it'll be a different time of year this year. It'll be 2 months earlier than last year. So maybe you guys that are returning viewers, or at least watching the live streams or wherever we end up doing, you can kind of see the differences of the crops and how things look around this time of year. I mean, the corn will be shorter, the beans will be shorter. Hopefully I'm not replanting any soybeans or anything when we're trying to do the farm day. So hopefully all my replant days are behind me. But that's it for my seeding video, guys. That's all I really had on me, or I was able to take. So until next time or tomorrow night, take care, take it easy, keep in touch.